1, 2, is this on?
Catchphrases can have a big impact in wrestling.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Montreal!
And they can be used in a variety of different ways.
My name is POPPIN!
A wrestler might choose to start their promo with the same line each time.
Montreal! Acknowledge me!
Giving them a chance to hook the crowd straight away. We'll cover some great examples today as we highlight 10 more iconic opening lines in wrestling.
And you can't teach that!
It was common to see arenas break out into a chorus of boos anytime Vicky Guerrero was on screen.
She's being shouted down.
This reaction only got worse when Vicky delivered her famous "excuse me" catchphrase. Vicky's screeches were like nails on a chalkboard. The delivery of the "excuse me" line was one of the ways she got crowds to hate her. Vicky didn't need entrance music. All she had to do was say the line and the crowd would let her have it.
Excuse me!
Here's what ruins the show.
Excuse me!
It was instant heat every time.
Excuse me! I said excuse me! Excuse me!
My glasses just broke.
Hulk Hogan's legendary interviews with Gene Okerlund were epitomized by the Hulkster's hyped-up, high-octane promo style. These interviews would typically start the same way.
Well, you know something, Mean Gene? Well, you know something, Mean Gene? Well, you know something, Mean Gene?
Hogan and Mean Gene were a famed duo. Okerlund brought fun and personality to the table, while Hulk needed no introduction. It was always nice to see Hogan acknowledge Gene before cutting his promo. They were synonymous with one another, and when fans think of the two men, they think of the interviews and Hulk's famous opening line.
Well, you know something, Mean Gene? 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 Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
During Michael Cole's heel run in the early 2010s, he acted as the messenger for the anonymous Raw general manager, who was also a heel. The infamous notification sound constantly interrupted the show. Cole would announce that the Raw GM had sent an email. Before reading the message out, the announcement alone got Cole a lot of heat, something he began to play into and draw out, the more of a heel he became.
Can I have your attention, please?
Oh, no.
Can I have your attention, please? Can I have your attention, please?
Of course you have an email, you idiot. Just read it.
Despite not being the GM, Cole got double the heat. First by announcing he received an email.
I've just received an email from the anonymous Raw general manager. I've just received an email from the anonymous Raw general manager. I have received an email. I have just received an email from the anonymous Raw general manager.
Michael Cole, shut up.
And then by reading the actual message itself.
And I quote.
We knew you would.
And I quote.
No.
And I quote.
And I quote.
And I quote.
Talk shows are quite common in wrestling, especially for heels. A good example of one was MVP's VIP Lounge. It fit well with MVP's persona, since his character lived a flashy lifestyle modeled after famous sports stars who were given cordoned off VIP sections in any club they went to. This was the inspiration for MVP's VIP Lounge, which always began the same way.
MVP is in the ring, so that can only mean one thing. Big things popping, little things stopping. Big things popping, little things stopping. Big things are still popping, little things are still stopping.
MVP would boast about how the VIP Lounge was reserved for the elite, unlike the people in the audience or those watching at home.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the VIP Lounge is for people better than you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because this all up in here, this VIP Lounge, is for people like me, people that are better than you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the VIP Lounge is still for people better than all of you.
Joel Gertner is remembered for his hilarious risque promos, all of which began with the same word repeated 3 times.
And
The most striking, which was don't let anyone in here.
Gertner's deep and sleazy voice fit well with his quintessential stud muffin character. Much like Val Venus, Gertner was known for innuendo-inspired promos. However, Gertner's were more detailed and X-rated.
Just like Rubik's Cube, the more you play with it, the harder it gets.
All right.
And I made her squeal and scream as I filled her full of cream. When I'm near Niagara Falls, the fountains come when they lick my balls. And I leave the girlies screaming. 'Cause I'm a pussy-licking demon with vanilla-flavored semen.
The New Day needed an appropriate entrance to match their energetic personalities. This was achieved thanks to an epic introduction performed by Big E. It built anticipation since the fans would hear Big E before they saw him, Xavier Woods, or Kofi Kingston.
Oh, Music City! Oh, WrestleMania! Oh, Brother Bray! Oh, Rocky! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world-famous 5-time champs and feel the power!
This meant E's promo was the equivalent of hearing the first line of a wrestler's entrance music, as the fans would pop and recite each word before the New Day came out.
Oh, Baltimore! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for the greatest thing going in all of WWE! And feel the power! And feel the power! And feel the power!
Ravishing Rick Rude had a uniform promo routine that got under fans' skin, since Rude would bury the town he was in before taking his robe off and posing.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape Syracuse sweat hogs, is for all you fat, out of shape inner city sweat hogs, Rochester rugrats. Keep the noise down while I take my robe off and show them what a real sexy body looks like. Hit the music.
Rude was the perfect example of someone men wanted to be and women wanted to be with. This made him a great heel, as did his signature pre-match promo. Although their run was short-lived, the NWO Wolfpac was without a doubt one of the coolest groups to ever grace professional wrestling. They were hip, contemporary, and had immense swagger that made fans want to be a part of the Wolfpac. Their iconic entrance music played them to the ring. Then Kevin Nash would get on the mic and tell the crowd the Wolfpac was in the house.
Wolfpac in the his zone! Wolfpac in
The line always drew a big reaction since the Wolfpac were one of the most overacts in wrestling throughout 1998.
the Nashville, Tennessee. Wolfpac in the house! Miami, FLA! Wolfpac in the house! Grand Rapids, Michigan! Wolfpac in the...
D-Generation X had 2 famous catchphrases that they used to close and open their promos. Before telling everyone to suck it, Triple H would ask, "Are you ready?"
Are you ready?
The first "Are you ready?" got a good reaction, but the second one would elicit an even greater response.
I said, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
It was the first line of their entrance music, and it was the opening to their classic promo routine.
For the thousands in attendance, for the millions watching at home. Let's get rid of this sucker! Let's get rid of this sucker!
In In real life, a pimp isn't necessarily a good person, but when it came to the Attitude Era, the Godfather was beloved by fans. His entrance with the hose received huge reactions. Then once all the hoes were in the ring, the Godfather got on the mic while the fans would recite his every word.
It's time once again for everybody come aboard the whole train. Is there any pimps up in this house? To all y'all that know that the Godfather be pimping hoes, light that blunt up and say, pimping ain't easy.
It was a brilliant example of crowd participation, as fans couldn't wait to repeat each line and come aboard the hoe train.
It's time once again for everybody to come aboard the. And no, I ain't the only one. Is there any pimps up in this dome? Roll a fatty for this pimp daddy. Light that blood up and say, pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our first installment of 10 iconic opening catchphrases. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.